Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel named Gaurav Kumar Jain. In this lecture, I'm going to tell you how you can deploy a .NET website on Microsoft Azure using App Services feature of Azure. So let's dive into the platform and check out the steps. So we need to first come on File and we need to then come on Open Folder. And let me just create a folder for my website. So I'm going to come down and I'm selecting local disk C inside users, Lenovo, and then there is a folder named app data inside which I have a folder named local. Then there is a folder named programs. Okay, and here I'm going to create a folder with name demo1, right? Okay, select folder. So that is how you can create a new folder and you can open it like this. Okay, now right now there is nothing inside this folder. As you can see, we're going to create our .NET website inside it. So for that we will be needing a terminal, and that's the way we can open a terminal of .NET of VS Code. Now, as you can see here, I am right now inside demo1 on this terminal. So for creating a .NET website, the command we need to fire is this .new MVC. So it is going to create a model view controller based website inside my demo-1 named folder. And once the website will get created, okay, it is showing some error. Let me see what it is saying. So the term dot is not recognized as a name of cmdlet. Okay, I think I'm using a wrong command. Okay, it should be .net, not dot. Really sorry for that mistake. Okay, I think now I'll get the correct output. Fine. So right now my website is getting created. Okay, so I have successfully created a website and it's time to run this website. So we can simply use a command for running it, and the command is .net run. Okay, so my website is getting built by VS Code, and let's wait for a bit of time. We are going to get a URL very soon in the terminal through which we'll be able to access the website on a local host. So that's the link I was talking about. We need to press Control and we need to then click this URL. So whatever default browser is there on your device, the website is going to open up on that browser and you'll be able to see it very soon. And by the time the website is getting open, I would like to tell you about the courses which I'm offering to my students. So there are courses related to artificial intelligence. There are courses related to things like application development, mobile application development, game development, computer vision, data science, machine learning. If you want to become a TensorFlow expert, you can definitely take that course from me. If you want to become an expert of Microsoft Azure or things like Power BI, which are some no code tools Microsoft has prepared, so definitely I can provide you with the tutorials. I think I'll have to open it manually, no problem. Let me come on my browser, and if I'll fire the command here, okay, so my website is up, as you can see, and that's the home page of my website. And right now the URL which is getting reflected over here in the browser is localhost, right? It's localhost is there in the URL, so it means that it's running on the machine I'm using right now for the tutorial. It's time for us to host it on Azure, and for doing that we need to come on the browser, and here we need to access the Azure portal. So I'll be using the web application services app services, sorry, for hosting the website which I just created with 2 lines of code on VS Code. So that's the way you can access Microsoft Azure's platform. Once you're done with signing into your Microsoft account, you can simply type this URL portal.azure.com. Okay, and it will open for you the Azure portal. If you are new, this was just for those guys who are new on this platform, right? This platform is really amazing, and if you want to earn a good package, definitely you can learn this platform. You can learn all the features which Microsoft Azure is providing to its customers, and definitely you will be able to get a path. You will be able to automatically, you will come across something that will show you a path you can use for earning a very, very, very good salary. So if there are tools, there are number of multinational companies which are running in the market. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, these are some very big names. So whatever products they are launching, and the products of these companies which are currently running at a which are currently being used at a high level in almost all the multinational companies, try to use those platforms, try to use those tools, try to get familiar with those tools. Definitely you will not face any issues in getting a good job. In you'll be able to secure your career. You will be able to maybe you'll be able to open a very good business. It will help you in your career, in your business. And if you are a startup, definitely cloud computing platforms like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, you can use for getting a very good growth, growing professionally right from the beginning, right? Because if you're using cloud computing platforms, you need not to spend your money on infrastructure and things like server and machine installations. You can use virtual machines features of Microsoft Azure for creating different types of virtual machines, and then you can provide the access of those virtual machines to your freelancers. That's one way the startups are right now using Microsoft Azure, and they are getting highly benefited by the features which Microsoft Azure provides them, or is providing right now to their customers. Why it's taking so much of time? Okay, so the ones who are new, let me tell you, that's the Microsoft Azure platform. And for hosting your site, you can use App Services feature of Microsoft Azure. So after coming on this window, you need to come on Create, and it will redirect you to a window where you will get to see a form kind of thing. So you have to key in all the required information in the elements which you are going to see. Okay, that's the form I was talking about. Here you have to select a resource group. If you haven't created any resource group yet, if you are new on this platform, let me tell you, you can go with this create new option, and you can create a new resource for yourself. Let me just create a new resource, no problem. So I'm using a net, sorry, let's make it web net app. Okay, and okay, fine. So that's how you can create a new resource group, and here you can put a name you would like to give to your application. So for now I am putting web net application. So for resource group I have used webnet app, and for name, for applications name, I am using webnet application, right? Do not change anything here. Come down, select a runtime stack for your application. For now I'm going with .NET 6 LTS, and we need to select Linux. Then Okay, rest everything seems to be fine. Okay, need to change this to I'm from India, so let me select a region which is close to my location. I think, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Need to change the SQ and the size. So for this application, I do not require the production uh, tiers. Let's come on development and test, and I'll be using this one, the most basic one. Right, so that's the most basic SKU and size, review and create. And finally we can hit the create option once it is visible. Okay, so that's the button I was talking about, and right now our application is being deployed by Azure. Okay, deployment is in progress. We'll have to wait for some time, and after that, Microsoft Azure will automatically show us a URL. It will give us a URL through which we'll be able to access our application on the browser. You guys can also follow these steps. You can also do it simultaneously with me. In case you come across any issues, please do let me know in the comment section below so that I can help you with your queries. Okay, so that's the URL I was talking about. Let's click this URL and webnet application.azurewebsites.net. So this is the URL we'll be using for our web application. Right now we haven't deployed this website we built on .net some while back on this Azure's platform. I'm just showing you the home page you will come across when you will open the website, the URL of which Azure will provide you for the first time. Okay, by the time it is opening, let me just come down and see what else can we talk about in this lecture. Okay, I think yeah, so that's the web page you will come across. Right now it says your web app is running and waiting for your content, so we need to now deploy our content on this page environment. So now you have to come back on VS Code and you need to then install some extensions. Okay, in your VS Code, through your VS Code. And what are those extensions? So the first one is Azure account. That is what you have to install. I've already installed it earlier, so that is the reason it is showing me uninstall. And the second one you need to install is Azure App Services. Right, and besides that, it'll be great if you can go with Azure resources also. So these are the three you can install, and if you will type Azure tools, if you want to install each of the three in one go, if you want to install all the three in one go, you can go with Azure tools. Fine, you can install all the Azure tools just by hitting this install option. Right, once you're done with installing Azure tools, it will your VS Code will start showing you this icon of Azure. Come on this, and here you'll have to log in into your Azure portal, because I'm already logged in into my Azure portal. So that is the reason it is not showing me that sign in option. But when you will be doing it for the first time, it will show you the sign in option. You can put your login credentials and automatically it will connect, it will get connected with your Azure portal. Fine, so everything is going to happen automatically. You just have to put your login credentials over here. The web app we just created, its name is Azure WebNet application. Right, let's try to search it over here. So we need to give it a refresh. Let me open app services, and I think that's the one we just created, and you can see here it's getting reflected on my VS Code WebNet application. So we'll be using this environment for hosting our .NET website. So that's the website we just created, demo one, and you can see here all the files and all the folders are present inside this demo-1, and we'll be hosting this website on WebNet applications application name environment, which we just created on Azure. Now what you have to do after you know you need to bring your cursor on WebNet application, and then you need to right click. Here you will get to see an option called deploy to web app. Click it and it will show you a window like this. Browse the location of the folder named net 6.0. Select the folder, and automatically VS Code will show you a message box like this. So it says, are you sure you want to deploy to WebNet application? This will override any previous deployment and cannot be undone. Yes, I'm sure that I want to deploy it on WebNet application. I would like to skip it for now. Okay, so the deployment is in progress. We'll be able to see our website very soon on the browser or through this URL, right? Let me just give it a refresh. Deployment is still in progress. That is the reason we are not able to see the website on this URL yet. So it's very easy to deploy your website on Microsoft Azure. As I've told you, it's a no code platform. I haven't used any code in this tutorial, as you must have noticed, right? So basically, if you are not a good coder, and if you find coding very hard and you are not at all interested in learning coding, so yes, things like Microsoft Azure, AWS you can try out, on which through some simple clicks you can create big things. Okay, so our deployment to WebNet application is completed. Let me just browse the website. Let's see whether we'll be able to see our website on the browser through this URL or not. Okay, so our website is here, right? So that's the way we can use Azure for hosting purpose, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture a lot. Do not forget to like and share the video in your groups so as to make it reach it to the maximum students possible. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Have a great day ahead. If you have any queries, you can leave them in the comment section below. Whenever I'll get the time, I will respond to all your queries. Bye bye, take care.